and Tashi Delay. I'm Carole McGranahan, Professor of Anthropology, History, and Tibetan Studies at the University of Colorado. Thank you for Tenzin Nyamge for the invitation to participate in this event, and I'm sorry I can't be there with you in person. So I have 3 points I want to share with you today, and the first involves June 16th, which is the day in which I'm making this video. So June 16th is important for both Tibetan and American history. In terms of Tibet, on June 16th, 1958, the Chushigandru Resistance Army was formally dedicated to the Dalai Lama. They had already been fighting for several years and would continue fighting through the early 70s, but it was on this day that they formally devoted themselves to His Holiness, to Tibet, and to the defense of Buddhism. Their story is still not that well known, and the service of these soldiers deserves to be known and remembered. Exactly 100 years earlier, on June 16, 1858, we have a really important date in U.S. history, and this is the day when Abraham Lincoln made his House Divided speech. At the time, he was not yet president, but was running for senator for the state of Illinois, and he was running against Stephen A. Douglas, the Little Giant, who was a defender of states' rights to approve slavery. Slavery, of course, the owning of people as property, a system that Lincoln spoke against as abusive and dehumanizing, so recognizing it as a moral problem, but he also recognized it as a political problem for the United States in terms of kind of both what America was and what it could be as a country. And his famous words were, "A house divided against itself cannot stand," right, are relevant to Tibet as well as pretty much anywhere in the world. A united country, a successful country, cannot be built on hatred, racism, and division. Fighting this requires good organization, clear motivation, and compassionate, smart, kind people as leaders. So that leads me to my second point. Get involved. Democracy requires participation. Tibetan democracy is still new, American democracy older, but in crisis right now. What do each need? Really the same thing. People to participate, to be involved, and to do so in educated, informed ways. There's many ways to get involved in your community. Just this morning, I received an email from SFT, from Students for Free Tibet, about a group of young Tibetan high school students from Chicago who went to Washington, D.C. to meet with their elected officials. Meet with your leaders, right? Your elected leaders. They represent you. Make sure they're doing that. Make sure they know the issues that matter to your community. In addition to being involved, one like uber way you could do that is run for office. You can run for office in any groups within the Tibetan community, Tibetan parliament, or as more and more Tibetans are doing in countries around the world, be a leader outside the Tibetan community. And here I think of Butila Karpushe, who ran for and was elected to the Ontario Parliament in Canada, Jigme Shitsitsong, who is currently a cantonal council member in St. Gallen in Switzerland and is running for mayor. Namge Gangshutsang, who was mayor of a town just outside of Zurich in Switzerland, and also right here in the USA of Aftab Purival, who's been mayor of Cincinnati since 2022. Okay, my final point. Democracy, and I think this is a big lesson of U.S. history, requires improvement and the constant struggle to be better. This requires honesty, knowledge, commitment. U.S. history is not all positive, right? There are horrific, horrible elements of it alongside positive ones and real contributions. So the USA was founded by a group of individuals from England, right, seeking religious freedom. It was founded against religious oppression. But in seeking freedom and in creating the United States, they ironically oppressed and eliminated the native peoples who had lived on this land for so long. And a democracy built on genocide has reparations to make, right? Has real work to do, and we have yet to do this. We still have work to do. And when I say we here, I mean citizens, right? Not just the government. It's the responsibility of all of us, right, who are U.S. citizens. It's knowing this history, knowing what still needs to be done. So our responsibilities as citizens are sort of ongoing, right? In a democracy, the work is never finished. It's the work of the people, for the people, by the people. And even right now, in what is a dark moment of U.S. history, I believe that the power of the people endures. And that seems like a message that actually can very much unite Tibet and the USA. I wish you all the best for your time together today and hope to see you soon.